So, one of the main problems that new clinicians face is really something that they can bring on themselves, okay? And this is a very difficult conversation to have with people, and people really like to get offended by this. However, I've seen it at work too much, okay? Let me tell you something. That's why I don't care what live event I host. I don't care what webinar. I don't care what boot camp I host. We're going to talk about imposter syndrome because it is detrimental to yourself and your patients. I don't care if you are a new nurse practitioner, a midwife, a pharmacist, a physical therapist. I don't care if you're new in corporate America, okay? Academia, whatever area you're in, imposter syndrome is detrimental to you and the people that you're supposed to serve. Because let me tell you what it does. The number one thing that it does, and I see this in nurse practitioners, especially new ones, I'm going to say year 1 to 3 or 4, it keeps you from asking for the help that you need. Because believing that you don't need help is crazy work, okay? You need some help and some support. And not knowing and accepting and asking for the help that you need is not helping anyone, okay? Let me tell you, when I first became a nurse practitioner, I worked in the FQHC. It was very challenging, but also very rewarding. My supervising physician was of Caribbean descent. He was a Jamaican doctor. So he joked a lot. We had a lot of fun. And he did something for me that I didn't even know I needed, all because I came to him asking him for help. Not per se because I didn't know what to do. I came to him asking him questions like, what would you have done here? Like, did I do what you would have done? Is there something else I could have ordered? Should I have done this before that? How do you think my notes look? Do you think, and I'm not just talking about for billing, do you think that I portrayed what I need to for this patient? Could you come behind me and see this patient with no issue? Like, I used to ask him stuff like that all the time. And let me tell you what that did. That opened a huge, not a door, but a hallway for him to mentor and train me because he knew I was open to it. So he started showing me some of his most difficult cases because he was internal medicine. He started coming in and coming to get me to look at some of his charting, to look at some of the ways to help keep my patients out of the donut hole for Medicare. He started coming to show me things that he thought was helpful. And let me tell you how that gave me something that I never could have imagined that I needed, okay? And when I got ready to leave the FQHC and I asked him for a letter of recommendation, I was in tears because of the things that he wrote about me. Now, mind you, we were in a very, high stress work environment. But because I was open to learning, he was open to teaching me. So no matter how hard the work got, he took his time to help me get better. But that's because I came to him first and said, hey, I need some help. I need some support. We got to get there. Okay. And one of the ways we can do that is first by being honest about where we struggle. And not enough people want to do that. And I'm not sure why.